Good morning, and welcome on in, villain. I am so glad to see you. Especially because, I don't normally stream on YouTube, but there's a first time for everything. I am going to be doing Live2D this morning, so you get to kind of see how things come to life, I guess. Disclaimer to anyone who watches this during or after stream, my name is Lucky Pollo. I am a duck VTuber, and I try to be an artist. I try my best, but just a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional. I just do my best. This model that you see right here actually is a terrible model. Do not believe the smoke and mirrors. If you look at me right now, you will notice I don't have a lower part. There's nothing below this. So this is all smoke and mirrors. I am in the process of learning. I am doing my best. I am living my best life. And we're gonna get started with trying to do this morning. I finished most of the basic rigging on this model already. However, I do need to rig the toggles, basically like changing to hard eyes and changing to like a shocked expression and like, things that you expect from a VTuber, typically speaking. So that's what we're doing. When I was last working with this, I was doing the, what do you call it? The physics, as you can see here. And, I got a lot of the stuff done, but I still need to figure out what's going on with the hard eyes. Because if I have them on and I do like the little preview thingies, it looks a little weird. It's lower than it's supposed to be, and I don't understand why. But, I figure I'll figure it out as I go. Because that's typically how these things go, So I got a good bit of work. You could see how the, how everything bounces back to where it's supposed to be. But we still have to work on the heart eyes. Which, I got right there, but then we have the problem of, oh, that works fine. Let me see. Like, when you start looking around, it gets a little weird. I gotta fix that. And then I also want to do an animation for the wings. Because I think that, that would be very good to do. Also, good morning, Aline. Welcome on in. I appreciate you popping in. I am just, getting started today, and I have work to do, as you can see. Not quite going where I want it to go, and whenever he blinks, the stuff is still showing up there. I have to fix some of the keyframes. So yeah, that's that part. So now that I have refreshed my own brain, I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing. Opening back up over here. By the way, I hope you like the music that I have playing. It is Stream Beats, their latest album. I believe it is, yeah, it's called Neon. Really nice lo-fi. I've been enjoying listening to it this morning, kind of vetting it, if you will. But yeah, let me go over here, and I'm going to try to do this. Come back up here, because I remember the issue is specifically with the last keyframes. So, because I never added a keyframe, so then it just shows the, yeah. It's complicated, you learn as you go. Also, I just realized, Aline, that you said from the treadmill. I am so sorry that you exercise this early in the morning. I am, you know, I can't do that. That's not the life for me. Okay, add the keyframe. You see, I'm bad at this. There we go. It finally did it. Now I can actually set the opacity down to 0. Because that's how this works. You gotta have keyframes. It's like animation. Who'da thunk? Let me see. I got that one, and then I'm also gonna need to make sure that this is the same. Yeah. That one's also the same. That's also, I think. Okay, that's for the right eye. I never renamed it. Because I did the thing where you copy and paste, and then, you know, I didn't know that you could actually rename. Okay. Continuing on. As I was trying to say is I did the thing where you go back and forth and you copy things so that it's less work. And I didn't even know that you could actually rename the stuff, and so I was getting confused over my naming conventions. And that I realized, oh, I have to go into the inspector, because you can't right-click and rename like a file. It doesn't work that way. So I'm just going through these and making sure the keyframes are actually set up right. I wish I did not have such a terrible time connecting. I hate it. But yeah, I'm just going through and fixing keyframes. Let me see here. Over here, on these keyframes, it's invisible, which it should be, and then the iris. Let me make sure. Okay. Making sure that is accurate and proper, because, you know, last thing I need is just, you know, having it appear randomly. I'm still learning things. Because it's been like a week, I have to go back through and remind myself where I am with everything. Yep, this one needs to have a keyframe. And then put this at 0. I'm catching them. Okay, that's invisible. Okay, I don't know why I still have this, because I got rid of it when I baked it in. When I say baked it in, by the way, I mean like I basically, normally you would have like your shadow on a clipping layer so that it only shows like on a specific part, but I was like, you know, I'm having trouble with doing multiple clipping layers over each other in Live2D, because apparently Live2D does not support that. So I'm going to just use it to the layer that it's supposed to be attached to. The reason why you'd normally have them separate is to basically have a better overall quality, because you can move it separately. And then you can get really cool effects that way, especially with physics. But I did in fact separate everything for this model originally. me see. I want to make sure that when the eyes are closed, like in this light, or like super open, that they're not still showing anything. So I might just open back up the physics window here. And then that way I can test here. If I do hard eyes, and then move it down all the way, move it up all the way, make sure that, you know, nothing can pop through. Okay. But I think we're probably good on that. I gotta fix the hard eyes, though. The hard eyes are gonna bother me. I think I might remesh them and then go through and manually fix them all. It'll be a little time consuming, but probably the best way to go about it. I think that's probably the best plan of action. Also, always save your stuff. Whether it is art or Live2D, always save your stuff. Because you don't want to have to worry about later on coming back and finding that half your work is missing, you know? Yeah, this was not the best mesh job ever. I think the best way to do it is probably just do like this. I could do that and then like modify it. Okay. So let me see here. If I go into here, I'll be able to edit it manually. I suppose this isn't too bad. Let me move that a little bit more like that. Because the mesh does matter to a degree. Because you obviously want to be able to not have it look all like janky when you move it around. I don't know a proper word to explain. Go over here to this mesh. That can go right there. Down. Might do the same thing for the other one too. I just noticed, I think that might be transparent, but it shouldn't be that big a deal. You know, as much as you would think that things have to be perfect, they really don't. It's just, it matters if they're close enough. If they're close enough, that's what really, truly matters. Yes, villain. And good morning, Erica. Welcome on in. I am working on my animated model here that I've been working on for some time. I have been working on toggles, basically different things that you can do with it, like change the eyes to be hearts, for example. I have a few others which are really gonna be pretty cool, I think, when they're done. Yes, it just has to be close enough, villain. It doesn't have to be perfect. You would think that it would need to be perfect, but trust me, it does not. Okay. So I think, oops. Yeah, I think I got the mesh looking better over here. Let me, so now, if I open up, actually I'll just do this, because I think that this is probably the best way to go about this, is to do the deformer thingamajig. Okay, the this is for the physics. So when this goes this, it looks a little more smooth. Goes right, it looks more smooth. I fixed the mesh. Goes like that, it's more smooth, up, more smooth. Move this way. Yes. So that is looking better. It no longer looks pointy. It was weirdly pointy and I was not a fan of it. Now in theory, oh yep, the highlights are still showing on up here. So I gotta bring the opacity down. Yeah, it's a keyframe to that. Fun fact about Live2D, everything remembers. If you try to modify something and it's not on the keyframe, you're gonna end up fixing everything for a long time because you'll just see things popping out that should not be there. And that's really important for when you're doing things like toggles because you want to hide certain things. So back to doing the heart over here, with the eye movements. Yeah, the highlights over here are showing as well. Keyframe to that. So I can bring the opacity down to 0. Now you don't see it. And now it should be better. This is looking much better. Okay. If I move up and down. Okay, what is showing up over here? Yeah, I found another straggler that is hiding out. And, it was the pupil up here. I am not a fan at all. While this does this, I'm just going to pour stars in here. Okay, looks like we're reconnected again. OBS needs to just behave today. Yeah, over like this. Okay, what is going on with this? In this angle, looking straight up, this should not be going over to the side. So let me see what is going on. I think it's this, yeah. Oh, it's because it's looking down and right, but looking up. Yeah, it still needs to be fixed, though. So we'll just do this. And then, like, not have that in such a weird way. Because that just looks so weird. I am not sure how to feel about that. And no, there is no exact science to this. I'm basically just kind of guesstimating about where everything needs to go. Because I am not a professional. This needs to be more rounded like this. Because we're looking down. This should be like an arrow. These should be closer. Alright, and then I found another straggler. I somehow have so many stragglers. All because of the eye open keyframes. It is mighty annoying, but you know, you work with what you got. Now this one does not look like it was moved very much and should probably be fixed. This should be more like this, not more like that. As you're looking up into the left if you're looking from the actual character's side, like, point of view. This should be more like this. Also, this probably needs to be moved a little bit more over. And this one also looks a bit weird, because that is a little thick. Little bit much. Don't need to have it quite that high. I admit some of these keyframes will look a little bit derpy, I guess. Because they're like mid-animation. But they will look better by the end of this. Live2D is a test of patience, I have learned. You just kind of work on it until you get better, and then you're much better. Like looking this way should be more like this. Just think of it kind of like 3D, like if you're trying to like craft it over like the face and stuff. It's a little hard to explain because like it's one of those things that you have to practice. And I think I see something back here. Oh my goodness. What am I seeing? Is that highlights? Yep, those are highlights. I should have known. I found them hiding. Trials in learning Live2D. That is what I get for being an amateur duck. I will say though, I have definitely learned a lot. And in the near future, after I have my new model done, I actually want to do like another raffle type thing, or maybe even like look for someone who needs a model and help them out, because I need more practice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like this. I'm trying my best over here to make it look right. Gonna look a little weird until it's adjusted just so. So kind of like this. More like that. Because we're trying to look like we're 3D even though we're 2D. That's basically what Live2D is. Got that one. Yeah, I feel like these were not going where they were supposed to go. But now I'm fixing that. This one is a little bit weird. I'm not sure why it's like that. It should be more like this. I honestly think that I must have not been paying attention when I was doing the heart rigging the other day. Because I am having to redo some of this stuff that I swore was done and done right. Have you ever done that where you've worked on something for so long, so hard, and then when you take a step back and you look at it, it's just not quite what you thought it was? That's kind of where I am right now. Like, this isn't terrible, but like, it could be a lot better. You know? Control H to hide the bounding box. That is what that red box is called, but it kind of gets in the way sometimes. It really gets in the way when I'm trying to, get this middle part, because it's like so close and it defaults to select the bounding box. And that's mighty annoying because you cannot stretch that in the bounding box. Okay, so this should be a little show BS. Yeah, as I was saying, you just kind of play with it till you got it looking about right. It'll never be perfect. Not much I can say, definitively. Yeah, if I look down, up, left, right, all the directions. Okay, I'm not seeing any more peekaboos. I was seeing peekaboos for a little bit. So this might actually be alright. I'm gonna save. Because you always save your stuff, chat. Always save your stuff. I'm gonna check how the eyes are looking. Okay, they're still a little weird when I go all the way down. Yeah, and when blinking, there's still it looks like the pupils are still popping up. So I gotta locate where that is happening. This is why you just have to be good at Live2D when you start. You can't take the time to, you know, learn, and you have to already have that knowledge in your brain. That's a joke, by the way. Obviously nobody knows the first time they pick it up how to use it. But because I didn't know certain things when I first started, I ended up with a really weird rigging, like, deformer hierarchy, which the deformers are these things, the things that makes this change shape. I ended up with a really weird hierarchy, so sometimes I struggle to figure out which one I need to click on in order to change certain things. That will be improved when I do my next model. Not gonna lie, I look forward to doing my next model because I've learned so much. So when looking like this and doing this and then blinking, like the automatic blinking that happens, there was the open. Yeah, so whenever this happens, you gotta make sure that all the parts underneath are actually hiding themselves because they keep popping up. And that's not good, that's no bueno. So at here, okay, the eye white, 0 opacity. And then that's also 0 opacity. 0, 0, 0. Perfect. And then pupil, that also needs to be 0. That's why that's showing up. This also, yep, I found the source. Found the source, you guys. Because these are also keyframes that these are on. Should have thought about, like, when it's closed, that being the reason that they keep popping back up. And it makes sense. Because I just forgot to do it. So I'm pretty sure that my next model is gonna be a lot better off because I'm going to know kind of what to do already without, you know, winging it, as they say. Iris, eye white, lash, pupil. I'm just checking the opacity box here. Yeah, I think that that is... Yep, there it is again. The highlights. Forgot those on that keyframe. Yeah, there we go. Now we shouldn't have the weirdness. Saving this. And now I can go into the physics thingy again, turn on the heart eyes here. Still have to do the breath too, like the breathing. We do not have that. Still gotta figure out why. Okay, let me see this here. Still seeing the pupils, I think that is. So, and that's when I'm looking down and right. This is what I mean when I say that, like, in Live2D, you basically have to come up with the way that every single, like, animation looks. It is time consuming, and that is why Live2D models cost so much. So down and right. Yep, there's the culprits. Making sure that none of these are popping through. Okay. I think I got it. I say I think because, you know, I said that the last time. And now we'll see again. We'll turn on the heart. And I have to check the corners. The corners seem to be the hardest part. I feel like today it's just having a fit. I also need to set up my bots for chat here so that I can actually use some commands, because currently I don't have those set up. So these are... Okay, let me fix these. The shaping on this is kind of weird, so I think that these are corners that I did not notice. Whoops. Not mean to do that. These are supposed to look down and to the left. That vaguely looks like what I want it to look like. A little weird, but looking better at least. I will say though, if you do have an inclination for art, Live2D really does just bring your art to life, so I do recommend learning it. Okay, hold up, what's going on here? Let me see. I am seeing stuff. I am seeing what looks to be like pupil and other things that are there. So let's see. Let's see our culprit. In fact, we do have a problem. So we that, and I think also the highlights need to be fixed. Yep. Usually when one is not working, the other probably also is not. Okay, so I think we fixed those. To no longer have pupils and stuff showing through there. I'm going to take a look at the physics screen again, because I think that we're good, but I want to make sure. Okay, aside from the weirdness, I think that's looking better. The weirdness being that for whatever reason that just wants to shrink and go a little higher than I actually have it. So I'm sure I could probably figure out what it is that is causing that. Although I'm not too opposed to having hovering hard eyes, I think that it would look better if they actually went with the face. Because right now they look very detached, like very cartoonish. And I'm trying to make this look a little bit more 3D. Even though it's 2D. I know that sounds contradictory. Yeah, that's gonna have to be fixed. Right now, I'm looking on the parameters to see where exactly. Where is the eye stuff? I open. Here we go. That's the default. Contradictory. It can be done. It's me. Yeah, you know, I wing it. That's effectively what I do here. Is I wing it. By the way, whenever you do see stars on the screen like this, you can in fact jump to catch them. And the way you do that is you just type !jump. You'll see my little character just jumping up there and catching the stars. Love the puns. Oh yes. Gotta love the puns. I mean, I am a duck. And they're gonna be ducking dumb, but you know, they're gonna be there regardless. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe it's a physics thing and I can fix it. Because if I follow what I have here, right, kind of go along with it, I might be able to do the thing. Let me see here. So, hard eyes have the two parameters. It's the physics X and the physics Y. So it goes along with these. My question then is what makes it kind of hover? I will say that Live2D is a little bit irritating to put on screen just because, for whatever reason, and I really don't know why, if you do like a window capture of the application, you have to have two of them because the pop-up for the physics window is like a separate thing. It's weird, but you know, at least I figured it out. I was having issues with that when I was trying to do stuff in Clip Studio and record it. I was like, why is this not showing? And same thing for Fire Alpaca when I was doing my video on that. I think that's about all the weird things going on, except nope. I missed some. Just that pupil, I think. Maybe. Nope. That one too. I am still finding them. I am shocked. I thought I got them all. Okay. Now that I'm doing that, let me look at the, I got down, looking down, and then to the, well, the left here. I'm gonna take a really, making a switch from drink of Pepsi. Okay, so I think OBS should be fine for now. I am kind of making a switch from Twitch. It's a kinda because my plan is basically I'm gonna do art stuff for streaming on this channel. And then on my gaming channel is where I'm gonna have things like crowd control. And so anything that isn't those two things, like gaming or art, I'll be doing on Twitch. So for example, things like karaoke, or if I am doing like a special kind of like, how do you say, like a talk show or something, if I happen to do something like that, I'll do that on Twitch. What's wrong, puppy? He's a barky boy. But yeah, I do actually recommend YouTube to people who are looking to leave Twitch, because with YouTube, you can actually be discovered after you are done streaming. Like, your stuff does not get nuked like it does on Twitch. Not to mention, there's also the fact that, you know, you get your 70-30 split. And then also you can use other ways of getting discovered, like shorts and videos, for example. You can't really do that on Twitch. Although Harris Heller made a really good point that if Twitch had like a clip browsing system similar to like YouTube Shorts, where you could just, you know, scroll up, or like TikTok, that it would help creators a lot and help with the discoverability overall on Twitch. I think that would be a pretty cool feature, but you know, we'll have to see what Twitch does. It's, you know, the ball's in their court. They've been given feedback, and there's more feedback I'm sure people would love to give them. They just have to actually listen to people and not just kind of try to push stuff under the rug. This one is a little much here. Right now, I'm very much just fine-tuning this stuff. Making it look decent. But I've also noticed, like last night, I noticed something in particular with YouTube. I am like 95% sure that live streaming on YouTube is going to become a little bit of a meta for the platform. Because I have been noticing that not only are my home feed and like other recommendeds popping up with more and more live streams every day from people I don't even know in a lot of cases, if that says anything. They're popping up after the fact. In fact, I noticed last night on my live streams that I did last year on YouTube, I saw quite literally a 37% increase in the impressions, which is basically how many people are seeing your video on the YouTube platform, like after the fact, you know? And if I haven't been doing anything in their live streams from last year, why the duck are they gonna be 37% higher impressions? The only conclusion I can draw is that YouTube is seizing the opportunity that Twitch is giving them with live streaming. Because YouTube knows that creators on Twitch are getting fed up with all the stuff going on over there. Me personally, I am not a fan of the all the ads. Like, you can't turn them off. Even, you know, like once you are an affiliate, you're stuck with ads. And now Twitch is asking creators to pay $25 if they can't, like, basically hold up their end of the bargain. And it's just honestly not... I don't know what Twitch is thinking. I would really like to know. That is too tall. Why is this so tall? I really don't know. And it's shaped a little weird. I think it's because I had changed the deformer to look a little bit more natural. Or the mesh, I should say. Like, Twitch has an opportunity, but they have to actually take it. Their latest move with the, like, 70-30 partner sharing is nothing, because it's only going to impact maybe 1% of their streamers. Like, it's not, you know, all partners. It's only partners that have 300, I think 60 recurring subs for their channel. And the problem is that a lot of streamers, especially, you know, the newer partners or the smaller partners, they rely a lot on gifted subs. So by taking away the ability to get that 70-30 through gifted subs, they've effectively said, yeah, we're still not really going to be giving a 70-30 split. We just want to make it look like we are. And we're giving the opportunity. But no, that's not how this works. I don't know, what kind of things do you want to see Twitch doing? Because right now I'm, you know, I don't know what exactly they have in store, or if they even have a plan. YouTube could have a redeem system similar to Twitch if they really wanted to leave them in the dust. What I love about Twitch is the redeem system, if it doesn't already have one. Yeah, so right now what YouTube has, that is different from Twitch. I know Twitch has the channel points, but the problem is that you can only make use of the channel points if you're an affiliate, and more so, you can only really make use of them if you basically have your channel flooded with ads all the time. Which, you know, is a little bit of a problem when you're trying to maintain an audience. Um, so my problem is that Twitch basically uses that as their only real selling point, and that, you know, that's where everyone streams. YouTube is rolling out some new features, I know. I remember they have some emotes. There's not a way yet, I don't think, to like add your own besides using like, I think it's like 7TV or something. You might be able to use BTT, like Better Twitch TV, for it. I'm not sure. But I do know I would very much like to have my duck emotes over here because they're cute. And my friend, who I paid to make them, worked very hard on them. Oh, amazing. Amazing, Aline. I am glad to hear that. I'd love to have them be more upfront about what they have going on in the back burner. Twitch has a lot of good ideas, but they've always missed the mark. I totally agree, especially on their recent new update for alerts. Twitch can open their eyes and ears and start listening to their users for starters. I agree, 110%. Twitch really just needs to listen to the people who run the platform, basically. 7T TV is a bit more unstable. I've never used it, so I really don't know. But I do know it's something that I gotta look into, like later today and like tomorrow. Pull that back. This is basically like art, except not quite art. It's animation. Figuring out how everything looks in different angles. Right now I'm doing like the actual like iris kind of like looking around. So it has to kind of like curve to the side. Like, I would love if Twitch would actually just like listen to the people who actually make content on their platform. But you know, I don't trust that they ever will. And I say this, you know, as someone who actually enjoyed streaming on Twitch. It was kind of really hard for me to go, okay, I have to stop streaming on Twitch and go back over to YouTube because it was just easier, you know? But on the other hand, I am very excited about the opportunity that YouTube is going to bring me, and also other people who switch over. I know that YouTube understands people want to use things like extensions and things of that nature, so they are actually actively rolling out more integrations, which is fantastic. Like, Twitch started rolling out some new features and stuff, but none of the features were things that people asked for. And the ones that people did, they fell short of actually hitting the mark on what they could have done. Like Harris Heller's point of, you know, okay, Twitch, so you made your alerts, but you still have to copy paste the browser source into OBS. Why can't you have it just integrated into the Twitch page itself? Things like that would have added an extra, you know, oomph to the quality of life aspect. And that would have been something that you don't get from other platforms. You don't go to YouTube, for example, and get automatic alerts, because obviously YouTube's not a streaming first platform. But here's life-saving advice for your platform. Smack. Meh. Pretty much. Yeah, you're still using your Stream Elements ones. I am too. I am too, because that is ultimately the best thing that you can do right now, in my opinion. Um, because as much as I would love to use Twitch alerts, they're not they're not integrated. So why am I going to spend my time setting up Twitch alerts if I already have Stream alerts set up? Unless there's something special about the Twitch alerts. And there's not. I'm gonna hide the bounding box real quick because I want to make that a little shorter. And then also, one of my friends had mentioned that like Twitch had the new like editor for vertical content. But then the point obviously is there that, you know, if you actually looked at it, you'll notice that you have very limited customization. You can't quite fully change anything. You can only really change general parts of it. You can't make your, like, webcam or VTuber section bigger. And you can't, like you can change the part of your screen it's capturing, but you can't make it actually physically take up more space, for example. And that's really annoying. Not to mention, you know, the Twitch TV like handle that goes over it kind of blocks off a good chunk of the screen. So it's just like front and center, and I understand, you know, if you're trying to promote yourself, you would want to do that, but not to that degree. I feel like that's looking better. But I'm still not quite sure how to fix some of the floating issue. I don't know if maybe I could figure out a way to insert these under the parent deformer of the head, because that's kind of where it was supposed to be originally. I've heard that you can do that, but I don't quite know how to do that. But let me see. Really quickly, I'm gonna take a quick break. I just need to use the restroom real quick, and we will be right back. Okay, so I noticed that my clip thingy isn't working, so I will just leave this up. Okay, we are back. Apologize for that. Alrighty. So back to fixing this mess. I've heard that that you can actually like do things, like put the stuff under other deformers, but like I've not figured out how to do that. I think you do that over here. I wonder if I could like put that into here. If that works like that? No? I've heard people just explain like, oh, it's easy, you just, you know, put it under the other deformers, and I'm like, how do you do that retroactively? Oh, did I do it? Did I do it? I think I did it. I did it. I think I did it. I will find out really quickly. I'm gonna save this, open up physics. Change the hard eyes to on. Not quite, but you know, this is still better. Having them look down, it shows eyeball all the way down, and that's the way that the iris is, and it's kind of like the iris. I'm looking here. I hear IRS and got confused for a moment. Oh, no, not the IRS. We're not talking about taxes here. Okay, it seems to be when the body also goes down, because the head goes down with it, I think, is where the issue is. So, trying to think how I'm gonna fix it. Problem solving! Because that's how you do it, right? But I'm trying to think here. The body also goes. Yeah. That's what the issue is. Oh yeah, I want my emotes here. I have to figure out how to do that. Okay. Well, that explains the weirdness here. So if I could just figure out how to fix it. Give me a moment. I have a little thing on my glasses. Believe it or not, Lucky needs her glasses to see. She can see her phone when she does not have them on. She can see her Switch if she has it in her hands. She cannot see the screen. Okay. Now that I've figured out the mystery of why the hard eyes don't want to go with this, I guess I need to have deformers that go in line with the body physics, is what I'm gonna guess. Boy, my brain is gonna hurt. My brain is really gonna hurt. Oh man. So I guess I can make new deformers and then move them in time. So I guess I'll do this. This is gonna be really weird, just making more deformers for this, because I thought I could just, you know, slide it down. Nope, nope, nope. I call this, our heart, body physics. Call this, XY, I guess. And then another one for the left one. Now I know that you can copy paste the parts after they've been rigged. That way you don't have to do it 2 times and then like reflect horizontally. But the last time I tried that on this model, not closely following a video tutorial, I messed it up. And I had the eyes literally flying across the model, and it was, I should have recorded it. It was absolutely ridiculous. Now you don't have to get that specific with naming your stuff, because it's really just for you, to make it easier when you're looking for specific things. Yeah, I'm gonna do this and this, and then the other one, and then this way when I go up and down and left and right, and then it properly goes with it, because that was just, it's awkward when it does that. Now we're gonna do down. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more so I can see a little better. I'm gonna hide the bounding box so that that doesn't get in the way. Wait. This is forward facing, so I can literally just, wait. Redo. Because I can just do shift down. There we go. See, I'm making this easier, not harder on myself. I believe that that is proper. I am terrible at symmetry. Can you tell? Okay. So that is the down. Now the up. Gonna be once again shift up. And then the other one gonna be shift up. Okay. Oops. Undo. This is why the bounding box is awful. It just gets in the way. Slightly down. Not trying to change it too dramatically, because this is just the body itself moving. As I was saying. Looking, like, moving down slightly. It shouldn't be a crazy change, just, you know, because the eye's moving just a little down. There we go. I think this needs to be just slightly more down. There we go. Ever so slightly. I want to take a moment to remind everyone I am not a professional. I just wing it. And it's easier to do that sometimes than actually, like, understand what you're doing. Especially because, you know, if I were to do that with Live2D, I would just never use Live2D. It's very complicated for me. My little bird brain does not get it. That should be looking a little better. I'm gonna save this real quick. I'm always saving my stuff, like every few minutes. I've had too many times where things have just not worked and I've had problems. Hard eyes. Alright, let's see what we do here. So, okay, this is a little less awkward, but I still have to fix, like, the left and the right. But it's looking less awkward, I would think. Yeah, that's looking much smoother. Except, you know, that it does like a weird, like, in between parameters thing, which is a tad annoying. Also, I love how I did the physics on the eyes. Like, look at the bounce. Anytime the eyes blink, it just little bounce, and I love it. I love it so much. There's something about Live2D you can't really understand until you actually use it. Especially if you're an artist, like, getting to see something you've drawn actually, like, move is just incredible. Okay, so I gotta do the Y now. Or not the Y, the X. Because things are still a little off. So I need to do the left and the right. Wait, I don't even need to do that because the body doesn't actually go left and right with the head. So then I just really have to worry about this. The body went down. Yeah, I do actually have to worry about it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm selecting, no. I'm gonna try to do the copy paste thing. So basically I'm gonna take this. And I'm gonna do Control-Shift-C. And then do this. Control-Shift-V. Yes! Okay, that worked. I always have problems with copy pasting. Now I gotta do the other one. Alright, so OBS really needs to stop having a fit. I am not a fan of the disconnections. I'm sure partially it's probably my internet's fault. I have Comcast. I'm sure if you've ever had Comcast, you probably understand. Um, yeah, I'm gonna copy this keyframe, Control Shift C, and then Control Shift V. Perfect. Okay, so now save. Go into the physics. Set that on. Okay, it's not being super weird anymore. This is fantastic. It's actually kind of properly moving. Okay. Woohoo, we have a toggle. Thank ducking God. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that. I think, yeah. I was like looking at my screen for a moment. I'm sorry, I paused because I was like, what is going on with my overlay? Why do I have something popping out? And I'm like, oh, I forgot to turn off the physics window in OBS. Because OBS still tracks it even after you have closed it for whatever reason. um Yeah, I think we're looking so much better now. So now we have that toggle done. That is fantastic. I will say that, like, when you, in order to use toggles, you have to, like, set it up using, like, the Live2D viewer or something. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that, because I've never done that. A fun little bit about my model, I'll actually, show you guys. Let me adjust in here. I have so many things in here. Like, if I open this, you're gonna see exactly what I mean when I say, like, this is just a very, very basic, simple model. There's no physics. This is all we have in here. It is not. I did the absolute bare minimum to get this working. I literally just, this at the bottom doesn't even line up right. It's just, it's awful. It's awful. I look forward to when I can finally do my second model for myself, because the amount of stuff that has gone into making that one is just, it's intense. It's a little bit, you know, I've kind of grown to like it, you know, but I think it's time for an upgrade, man. I need a ducking upgrade. So I think probably the next thing to do is make a toggle for the another expression. I think maybe, or maybe I'll do like one of the other ones, because I have a few options here. I could work with like magic, or I could do like, you look over here, got surprised eyes. Maybe I'm thinking could do maybe the I have the, no, I don't have the plushie in the but I have like a separate thing for the hands for like the different toggles. Um, the dark arts have been revealed. Pretty much. I just my existence here is smoke and mirrors. I am a wannabe Live2D rigger, and I just put out the most scuffed model and have been using it for the last year and a half. So, or at least close to a year and a half, between YouTube and Twitch. I actually made this model in 2021 in like February-ish, February, March. And then I was like, you know, this is my practice model. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to make a real model first. And then that never happened. I am going to be completely honest with you. That never happened. I went straight into the fire with this dumpster fire. But you know, it works enough that people are impressed, and that's all that matters. I'm thinking that I'm gonna do maybe the plushie toggle, if I can find the plushie is the problem now. I see, it's because the plush was not. So, Nebgen, if you don't know him, he has a model already that looks kind of like this. The ears are a little bit longer, and it's a little bit less chunky, if you will. But I have it like this because it's supposed to be a plushie, and so, you know, naturally the weight is going to want to kind of sit towards the bottom versus the top. So this is the little chonker that I made. He wanted it to basically look like a plush because, you know, he kind of wanted to still have the memory of his original model, because people think it's cute because it is cute. So I figured, because the concept we discussed was basically like having a black mage from Final Fantasy. Obviously, this is not a Final Fantasy mage. Do not strike me down with copyright, please. But Lulu in Final Fantasy X has a magical plush, basically, that she uses to cast magic. And so when we were trying to figure out if we should have like a staff like Vivi or like other like black mages, then, you know, like when we were talking about that, I realized, you know, we could just have another toggle and then have it be the plush, like a plush of his character, and then we just have toggles. And yeah, that's kind of how this happened. I think I might do that. If I remember correctly, this has to be in this arm, because that's the arm that Lulu held hers in. She used her right arm to actually cast the magic. So now I gotta figure this out. That's gonna be fun. I also have to figure out how I'm gonna properly mesh this in. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So this gets a 2 toggle. Okay, that is set to 1. So this matters a little bit in the sense that, like, whenever you have toggles, typically you have the keyframe set to 0 and to 1. 0 meaning that that is the default, it is automatically not showing, and then 1 being that it would be showing, and you basically show them using the keyframes. Now the way that we're going to do this, because as you can see they're still showing, I'm going to go over to the 1 because that's where it's going to be showing, and we have to change the opacity on these. So this one is for the left hand. I can just do that, and so now it makes it come and go. Although I realize this is actually supposed to be 100, and then this is supposed to be 0. So don't do that. Just do what I just did and put 0 at the 0, and then 1 is 100%. That way you can go fading in, fading out. Now everything in here. Oh, good morning, Angel. Welcome on in. Hope you had a good sleep last night. And yes, Villain, I am liking how this is coming along. It is coming along. I did not expect it to, honestly. Just completely honest here. But yeah, so now I gotta go into the plush. And now I gotta, not really copy, but select everything. And now what I can do is come over here, hit this, and then on this top one, bring the opacity down. Or actually, no, leave that up. Bottom one, I keep forgetting. Bring that down, so then it comes into view when this is toggled. Just like the heart eyes come into view when that's toggled, and then the actual eyes fade away. So I'm gonna have to do that also with this arm, with the gloves, and kind of change how that's shaped. I might even have to draw additional art to plug in here, to make this actually flow better. And my rest was pretty good. I got to sleep at a decent hour for once, because I was, you know, I knew I had to be up early today. I'm not normally up early. I don't know how I'm functioning right now. I think I need more Pepsi, so I'm gonna grab a little bit more. I finished my first one. I'm gonna grab my other one I grabbed. Give me just a moment. I have to open it. 'Tis a shame we do not have channel points here, but hopefully in the future YouTube will come up with something like that. Right now all they have is the stuff for partners, so you can have like memberships and stuff, and then you can use things like the 7TTV and Better TTV to do emotes. I have to set that up yet, so we do not have those emotes yet. And thank you. I appreciate caffeine. I am, you know, I always need caffeine. That is the ADHD in me. So now I gotta figure out how I'm actually going to do this. So I guess caffeine. Yes, all the caffeine, Angel, all the caffeine. I'm gonna reposition myself real quick because I have terrible posture. So, thing for the toggle here. I'm gonna come over here. Left glove. I'm gonna do the 2 keyframes. At the top, we are going to vanish. And then I'm gonna have to have like a whole brand new... This is gonna have to be like holding up to the chest area. So that's gonna be interesting. Well, tell the doggo I say hi too, and that I would love to see her again because she was an absolute joy. Very cute doggo. 10 out of 10. So, this. I think I'm also going to do a heavier deformation too. Yeah, that should work. That works. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to move this over here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to to draw a little bit more stuff over here. And it's rare what she did, usually trying to nom people. I could see that, you know, because she was a very bouncy and vocal pup, I will say. Whoops, I did not mean to grab that. I tried to grab it like this. So if I do like this, right? And then the NebGen plush is going to basically all these things. Gotta select them all. Because this is gonna be kind of like this. Gonna tilt slightly. This is almost about what I need. And I'm wondering if maybe this should go behind the bottom of the bandana. Maybe it can go on top because, like, holding on to it. I know that the sleeve will have to come out a little bit, and then I'll probably have to, like, redraw the glove, like, cuff thingamajig, is what I'm gonna guess. This is the part of Live2D where I'm really not gonna have any idea what I'm doing. Because, I really just, I don't know how exactly, because I know, to put it simply, I'm an artist, right? And this is the model that I drew, that I made, and I have this problem of I don't know how to draw certain things. I'm still learning. You wouldn't believe that based upon, like, what you see in my art, but I do actually struggle, believe it or not. I'm thinking this can go kind of like right here-ish. Maybe. And then the left hand can be rotated a little. Right now I'm just kind of setting it up to actually be, how do you say, like, actually rigged. Now the tail obviously will have to be moved. I'm gonna probably move it like this. Because the tail's probably gonna, like, swing a little bit when the body moves. That's almost what I want. So now I'm probably gonna need to have, like, the open cuff, which I actually have an open cuff already drawn, come to think of it. I just have to look at the toggle for the other side. Oh yes, caffeine to make us normal. And never buzzed. Yeah, I do enjoy my caffeine. I need my caffeine fix. It's very helpful. So I am gonna go ahead, I think, and work with this. Basically, this is my problem solving coming into play, because I just... Okay. Let's see. So, with this showing, I can at least get these parts and then copy that for this side. Because I'm gonna need, like, the cuff too. So I'm just gonna do a Control-C. And then I'm gonna come over to the paste. Alright, and now I'm gonna do a... Let me move. Reflect horizontally. Okay, and now I can actually, like, move. I don't know why it always does a rotation deformer. I don't get it. But, you know, whatever it wants to do. Okay, so I'm gonna do lift cuff. Gonna rename this to L cuff. Oh, I always forget I have to enter. What I think I'm gonna do, finally, OBS is fixing itself. I really need to figure out how I can fix that. I don't know if there's an easy way to fix the disconnection issue. Because I have that happen on Twitch too, so it's not even like it's the platform, it's just internet sucks. I'm gonna do, because this is for the left glove cuff, do this, and then that way when it's at 1, we can bring the opacity to 0. And now we can come back up here to the toggle. I'm gonna close that so we're not seeing that. Come back over to the left arm plush toggle. Do all of these together. And then kind of move, oh, whoopsie. Move this over. And I can see that I'm gonna have to put these behind the plush. So I'm gonna put that up here. I realized, well, now I actually have to, like, that goes there. Okay, now we have the correct order, guys. I am struggling here. Okay, now we got these. And this can go kind of like... at least I think like this. Wait, no, let me just do the horizontal reflect. Maybe that will help. You know, I already did that, but you know, I should have really thought about it before I did it. Brain no want to work. Then we have it kind of like this. So then it looks a little bit more three-dimensional, if that makes sense. I think I missed a tiny little spot in the coloring. I'll have to go back and fix that. The good news is, guys, with Live2D, if you do happen to mess something up, of course that could also just be like one of the, maybe like one of these, like, deformers. Good news is, if you do mess anything up, you can fix it, even after, like, the mod. Oh, yes. Okay, now we're back. You can actually fix the coloring and, like, the actual, like, part itself after the fact and swap it out. It just, yeah, it's a separate process that you have to do, and a little bit annoying, but, you know, you do what you gotta do whenever you are an artist and you mess something up. I tend to always look back after the fact to see what exactly I'm missing. So let me see here. this, and this need to be on this toggle. And then on here should be 0. Although, I'm gonna have to fix that. Although that might not be a bad thing. I could always see later, what I'll probably do is put it over there after I have... I'm not a morning person. I'll probably put it there after I've figured out this part, and all the back and forth and movement and stuff, because this is going to be a lot of keyframing. Now that I've done that much, I'm at least going to save it. Okay, now I have something a little more thinking. This thing just really wants to be an annoyance. I'm not sure what that was about. I want this kind of turn so it's more of a maybe even a little bit higher. Here, there we go. And then I can move the hand up a little bit more like this. Actually, even more like this, but then move the actual plush. Basically, I'm just putting together the pieces of the puzzle. It is not the most elegant of solutions, but it works. I'm going to save that because we always save our work here because we do not want to lose it. And, yeah. Maybe OBS is saying Ducky needs more rest. I mean, I probably do. Not gonna lie. Good news is, since I do have the pro version of Live2D, I get to basically use as many deformers as I want. I'm gonna have to do like a whole big deformer for this, and then some child deformers. I'm actually learning how this stuff works. Okay. And now I can come up here and create the keyframes because, yeah, it's gonna be moving with the body. Didn't get to visit the graveyard like planned, but you can go another day. Yeah, there's always another day. Yeah, especially because I think that there's been like a lot of bad air quality in the like northeastern and like Midwest United States. So if you're in those areas, it's probably not a great idea to be out and about anyway, you know? Okay, I'm gonna say Get 3 keyforms there, 3 keyforms there. And then I'm going to have the tail also moving separately on like its own thing, because I'm going to be doing like the physics of it like swinging along with the ears. Very similar to how I have the eyes and ears up here. I think I'm going to do this. Arm L. I'm gonna also rename this to L arm toggle physics, because you know I gotta wing it. The parameter, we're gonna call this plush tail. X minimum, we're gonna make it minus 35, positive 35. I'm gonna replicate this and then just rename it. Ah! Okay, how am I supposed to rename this again? Edit. That's really what I was missing. I am terrible at this. I am still learning. Nice sunlight though, good for sun tanning. Yeah, it would be if you can actually get a tan. I am so pasty and pale that I'm pretty sure that I would burst into flames if I went out into the sun. I can't be out there for very long, especially right now because it's like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's just, you know, it's too hot for me, you know? Looking for the tail here. The tail is going to have a deformer that goes on the plush tail, X and Y. Yeah, that's the part. I do tail X, Y, X. Okay, now we got that. We can do this. And that way, when we start to animate it, we can give it physics so it swings. Let me see here. I think I'm also going to do one for the ears. I'm going to do replicate. Oopsie. Edit. Plush. Ears. X. Once again. Replicate. And then make this Y. Who would have thunk that math would have came in handy for animation? Because you gotta know your X and your Y. And your Z. And for Live2D purposes, Z is basically just rotation. And then X is obviously horizontal and Y is vertical. The cool thing about this is you can basically bring anything you want to life. Like, you can animate anything you want. So, as I was saying, like, you don't really have to know how to draw to use Live2D. You just need to have the things that you want to animate cut up in a way that you need. Like, you see how literally I have like separate parts for like the literal hands, and the plush itself is separated into every part. And you tan-ish, you mostly burn. Native American genes always betray you at some point. Yeah, I could see that. You know, the way that this is gonna work is basically anytime like the body physics happen, I'm gonna have it set up so it triggers the toggle physics. The right ear, R ear, I'm gonna say R, blush, ear, physics. Y, create. I wish the Native American genes kicked in more. The sun is always hunting for fluffy white marshmallows to roast like me. Yeah, yep, that is very much how it is. I am not fortunate enough to have anything really going on for me that prevents me from turning into an actual lobster. I literally just don't go out in the sun. If I go out for longer than a few minutes, I have to put on sunscreen. That's just how it is. It's ridiculous because how are you supposed to like go on walks and stuff with such sensitive skin? And I have a puppy too, which makes it worse. And now do the left ear toggle. Oh, wrong thing. Why am I doing that? It's supposed to be this and this. Lobster is really good. I cannot deny that. In fact, I love lobster so much. I'm very pleased to have shellfish. Problem is that we have someone in our household who is allergic to shellfish, so I have to be very mindful about what I bring in the house, and not because, you know, that person says that I need to. It's more like just a respect thing, you know? Having respect for someone, knowing, oh, you have an allergy to this thing that can very easily pop up in a lot of foods. Surprisingly. You'd be surprised at how many foods have, like, shrimp hiding in them. So, the closest thing I usually get is either if I'm going out to eat, I can have shellfish, or if I have lion's mane mushrooms, which are delicious, by the way, I can have basically something that tastes like seafood. That's like shellfish. Lion's mane mushroom basically tastes like crab. It's hard to explain. Like the texture and even the way it looks once it's cooked. When it's raw, it does not look like crab. But when it's cooked and it's like nice and golden, it looks like crab flesh, which is beautiful. I love it. Now let's see. When the body turns left like this, the plush is obviously going to rotate a little bit too. So for going left, moving the keyframe over here now, we'll be turning that way. Also, I just realized that I totally put that on the wrong keyframes. I am just... Can you tell that I am having issues? Plush ears XY, plush ears XY, plush ears XY. So Fallen bragged about puts up white sign. Yeah, honestly, lion's mane is amazing. I recommend trying it if you ever get the chance to. You can buy it dry, or you can buy it fresh if you can find someone selling it. It also can be foraged during cooler months out of the year. Not so much the summer months, but more like the, you know, November, December and stuff. Maybe not quite December, but like October is a pretty good time. And then the body itself. I'm thinking. I'm thinking how exactly I want to do this, because the way that the parameters work. Maybe I will just put this under the body physics, maybe? I'm thinking. Or maybe I'll just make like a separate thing. I might just make a separate thing. Okay, so plush body X. This is how we do it. Plush body Y. Okay, so now, because I think that like the little paws are probably gonna move slightly separately. Similar probably with the ears. I might put them with the ears, actually. Edit. I'm gonna do that on this one too. Alright, give me just a moment. I think puppy wants out of the bedroom, so I'm gonna step away for just a sec. Okay, I am back. Puppy has been addressed. So the overall body will be able to be moved with the body by using this. Because for the most part, I'm gonna want like the belly itself to move with this, and as needed, I'll probably come up with other deformers that I put on here. Okay, so on the actual full thingy, we'll do this and this. Alright, undo. I don't even need to have, I'll just leave those there for now, because I might need them for, like, the other stuff. Gotta love thinking ahead, because that's what this is, basically, all the time. It's, how am I gonna do this? So, let me see. So if we turn... Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to also fix the toggle for the gloves. Oh boy. More stuff to fix. Yes! And welcome on in, BC Wendale. This is actually my 5th stream on YouTube. The last streams I've done, though, were like a year ago, so yeah. But I am actually moving back over to YouTube from Twitch, so you're gonna see me here probably a lot more often. I figure that it would be smart to work on Live2D on stream so that people can see kind of my process. And also they can help me not be off task, because I tend to get distracted looking at my phone otherwise. Also, maybe someone will learn something. I am not an expert by any means on Live2D, but I am learning. I mean, I guess I know a lot more than some people. But I've used this model as a learning experience. This was actually a raffle for a raffle I did back in November, because okay, we're back. But I figure that it would be smart to just have my streams for Live2D and stuff, because I'm not perfect by any means, but I've been learning, and I have need of not going off task because I do that. I don't know what it is about, like, working, like, in front of people. It just kind of helps me. Yeah. The guppy moments are the best. I mean, to be fair, though, a lot of it is just things I don't expect to see. Like, I don't know, like, what to really, like, expect sometimes, because I'm still learning about how, like, hierarchy works. I understand a lot more now than I did, like, a month ago. And so my hierarchy is kind of just a total wreck, because of learning on the fly, but I'm getting better at it. And I'm fixing things somewhat as I go. I'm trying to figure out, okay, so if I'm here, then the left glove cuff and then the left glove I can bring down to 0. And the same thing over here. Down to 0. But I'm gonna need to have I'm gonna have to go through a lot of physics stuff and look and see, because I have so many things that I have to modify. Because whenever you do a toggle, you have to make things disappear, and that means messing with the opacity, and sometimes you forget on certain keyframes, and keyframes always remember. Also, welcome on in, Fallen. I appreciate you popping in. I am still going strong over here, trying to do this, toggle rigging, because, you know, no time like the present to force myself to get better at Live2D. I've been learning, though. So when this comes over like this, obviously that needs to move. So I'm gonna come back up here to go back to the plushie. The plush is gonna have to move with the turning. Got some corn dog and some salad. That sounds like a fantastic time. I would love to have something like that. Although I am kind of full, because for breakfast I ate cheese and cookies and soda, and that probably is not the best diet for a duck. But I did so nonetheless, because I you know, I wanted sweets. I'm not gonna lie. So for the body turning, I need to bring the plush and the arm over. So I think I'm gonna do this, and then this. I'm gonna see if I can't make a deformer for it, so I can just move it all at once. Call it L, plush, glove, XY. Stay position. Create. It's gonna make me try to figure out which one. Because again, I am terrible with hierarchy. I guess I can't move that with it, so I'll just do this. L, blush, puff. There we go. You don't miss your sister. What? Junk food. Yes, I ate junk food. Better than... You should go eat. Eat, Angel. Eat. Okay. We're back. What is breakfast? Breakfast is when you break your fast. It's when you eat. You should eat. Okay. So, for the X and Y, when turning over... Actually, I'm gonna do the shift and move over because it's moving over this way. And then I'm gonna kind of bring in this because that is gonna annoy me. Okay. So I'll have to fix that after stream, but since I notice it. Alright, and then this one I'm gonna need to have a deformer for. Left. Extra. Meh, too early? What? That's not too early, it's afternoon. Okay, so when this goes over, this is going to shift over this way like this. Because this is just insane, just dropping every few minutes. Okay, now that I actually have that, so then I can shift this over, and then I can bring the plush itself over. The plush itself we're putting on this. So we're gonna shift. Oh boy, oh boy. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong thing. Oh no, I accidentally... Undo. Undo. That's why I was having struggle. No, I'm gonna rename this. This is why I'm having trouble. XY. Okay. For this, we go shift, move it over, and then the tail will have to move a little bit, but for now we're doing just the main body. Too early? You wait till like late afternoon? Why? Skipping breakfast is not good for you. Although I might not even have to really fix this. I could just fix the I could change the inside part to just stretch it out. I just have to use the warp deformer to do so. Or just change the actual original mesh, which I guess I'll get to later. Because I'm focused on the other stuff right now. Once a day, you mean? Yeah. I've done the same many times. I have a very small stomach. I cannot eat very... Like, I have plenty... Like, looking at, like, my, like, my... For example, like, my GPU usage and, like, my, RAM, I'm nowhere near problem areas. Like, I'm not even at 50% of my memory and barely over, like, 20-something. For my graphics card stuff and CPU. And it keeps cutting. And that's driving me nuts. Okay. So for this moves over this way, which is fantastic. And then as soon as the stream comes back, because OBS is being a butt, for this, I think what I'm going to do is remove the bounding box just to give it a little bit more of like that moving over like feeling. Kind of doing this. So now when this moves over, it's a very slight. I'd even move this a little bit more like this. Now it kind of looks like the fingers are readjusting, which is kind of what I want. Now it's like, there we go. Yes, OBS is very rude. I think I'm gonna hide the bounding box and then do like a little bit of this action. Now it's gonna look a little bit more. That down. Move that down a little. This slightly. There we go. Now that's looking more 3D. Because now we're going from one direction over here. Also, I haven't done any of the like fancy stuff with like the wiggling and bouncing and stuff yet. So that's also gonna have to be on tonight. Once again, I apologize for OBS just being awful right now. But with all the issues right now, I want to try to check out my internet and see what's going on. But tonight I'm going to be on my gaming channel doing crowd control. You'll be able to interact directly with the game and influence things happening. Literally live on stream on YouTube, no less. That will be on my gaming channel. I'll be posting an update. Once again, now that OBS is back, I'm gonna say this one more time. We're yeah, OBS is not a morning person. But yeah, we will continue this probably another day later this week. I'll probably have more done by then. But tonight I'm gonna be on for Duck Souls, as I like to call it, at 6 p.m. Eastern time on my gaming channel. I'll be posting an update on my Twitter and on Discord. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming to my first YouTube stream in forever this morning. Have a fantastic day. I hope